Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, out here in the lab in the wee hours of the morning when I do what I do for you. Oh, I got a good one for you today. Some of y'all gonna like it, and as usual, some of y'all not, but I'm gonna do what I do for you. Let's rock. Writers and 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message is always a story, and I got a good one for you today. Thanks for tuning in and learning them lessons. Use them, and let's go. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through a mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission for my right thinkers to do that. I'm gonna give you the things you need to do that. It's your job to get them, learn them, and do just that. Know thyself. The question: a person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Teach them. That's what I do that do for you. I got you. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to do just that. Wake you up. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right? Think of know thyself. To my eye, be true. Today, we're going to talk about from a Christian perspective and a right thinking philosophy perspective to show you how they pretty much line up, and there's a little difference. Let's go. Right thinkers, let's talk about that mystical experience, aka spiritual awakening, or nihas, or from your side, anointment, Christhood, Haruhood. See where I'm going with this? It's always just a play on words, but it's an ancient and modern concept that it's pretty much the same thing. They just change things different. I'm trying to show you how you can merge them together to make it different. What you call it, you still got to put the work in. That's where I come in at. The mystical experience is when you make the heart mind coherence and become conscious of yourself, aka your higher self, God. Become one with your higher self. In the words of some of you followers of Jesus Christ, my Father and I are one. In spirit, my Father and I are one. If you're a Bible thumper, and that's fine, aka a follower of Jesus Christ, your goal is, I thought, was to become Christ-like, anointment, reach the highest level, aka the mystical experience that you have to achieve if you're going to be a good Christian. If you, if you're a right thinker, follower of Haru, you become spiritually enlightened when knowledge of spiritual truth. That's when you study, learn, and live, and you become enlightened to yourself and the higher self as one. So, yeah, I say this, I say that. Six on one hand, half a dozen on the other. But watch this. Now, here's where it get to be pretty much the same. When you study the spiritual truth, aka your Bible, and you live by those codes and those lessons, it will make you, it will get you to God like it's supposed to do, but you're putting in the work. That's how it happens. The mystical experience, the spiritual enlightenment comes from studying and living because the Kundalini goes up. And as you living right and doing right, acting right, it's activated on them bases. Whether you know it or not, it's still going to happen. That's the difference in man and spirit. Okay? Learning biblical knowledge, like, excuse me, right thinking philosophy knowledge, it has to be what? Lived to be realized and understand that it works. That's how it works. You work the philosophy to manifest the results. Sorry about that. Right thinking is all results. You need to do this to get the result. You put in good work, you're going to get good results. You study, learn, live, you will become a different person with knowledge of self, spiritual truth that you learn. Here you go. Right thinkers, your goal is to obtain spiritual knowledge and live them and exercise, experience your knowledge and understanding to be one with God for yourself. Christians, it's the mystical experience. Right thinkers, it's Nihas, spiritual enlightenment, same thing. But it's all about putting in the work. You can reach, excuse me, whoa, with knowledge of your higher self, aka God, and righteous living, that's how you have the mystical experience. You do it for yourself. They say this, okay, if I do that, this should happen. When that happens, now you know. Now you can start putting in the work. Why? Because you know the results. If I do this, he gonna do that. Okay. I do it, he do it. I do it again, he do it again. I do it some more, he do it some more. You get the message, you get the message, you get the concept, hopefully. Where we at? Okay. You can reach your mystical experience with religion as a Christian, Muslim, or Jew if learned right and lived accordingly. Simple as that. I never said it don't work. I just tell you you got to understand and work it the way it's intended because it's coded. It ain't just simple black and white. It's esoteric messaging in the Bible. I've been using the Bible for over 40 years. I understand, I know, but I keep trying to tell you there's something else that predates the Bible that I'm familiar with more so than the Bible. That's all. Please understand that. And I teach what I know, not the Bible. I'm not a preacher. I'm a teacher. Sage. You use the force. I love that. Well, yeah. Okay. Now the goal of religion people is to what? Get you to God. But excuse me. But like yeah. But get you to God. But like anything, if done wrong, it won't work. If you got it wrong, if you misunderstand, if you misinterpret, you're not going to get there. And the GPS give direction. If it say go right and you go left, you're going the wrong way. And if you believe you're going the right way, bye bye. Right thinking philosophy is pretty much the same way. It only works for you what? If you work it, live it, manifest it, and prove it. It's just a bunch of words and thoughts that I'm giving to you, give you license that if you don't put them to use, you'll never know if they work or not. And for my results, everybody who practice, everybody try it, it's working for them. I've yet to get an unsatisfied right thinker. I give you spiritual truths. Simple. Yeah, you can learn, adapt them, and live by them just like I do daily. And it becomes yours. You can perfect it, manifest it. It's yours. You don't owe me nothing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, if the religion that you're practicing doesn't get you spiritually enlightened, why are you practicing it? Just saying. Here we go, Christians. Yeah, I'm coming at you again. If you just a follower and not a liver of your biblical tenets, it don't do you no good. Just dressing up, going to church every week and send a bunch of Hail Marys and all that good stuff and do nothing outside of church. That's like praying with no works. It goes for Muslims and Judaism. All y'all are the same. They claim to get you to God. But if you misunderstand it, misinterpret, or don't put the work in, it's just dogma. Just words. Like anything else. If fall on deaf ears, it has no use. My words is meant to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you to do something for yourself. If you're not living by your religious tenets, you're not working the religion right. And it won't work. Simple as that. That's the whole point. If you're not working it, it won't work. TD Jakes tell y'all that. You gotta work it. Love that guy. He's funny. Dedicated to what? I don't know. But he's dedicated. My man. Him and Gino don't get along. All right, here you go. I gotta tell y'all this. Most religious followers don't study on their own. I call it due diligence. I'm a self-made man. I had to put the work in. I had to get and do for myself. Some people choose to go the old-fashioned way. They don't study what? They just do and listen to the preacher, and whatever he said is fine. They don't question it. They don't check it. They just, yeah, my pastor said. My pastor said. Okay. If you're in church every week for years and you're still ignorant of your higher self, stop over here. You need to know a few things. Spiritual knowledge, what you need to know, is what will what awaken you spiritually, aka get you to enlightenment, get you to reach the level of spiritual awakening, aka Nihas, Christhood, anointed. But it's going to take knowledge of something that's going to free you. The truth, the spiritual truth is where knowledge is hidden. It's hidden in the Bible, but if you ain't familiar and versed in that, you'll misinterpret, misunderstand. Because a lot of people have misinterpreted the Bible for years, but some people just love it. Knock yourself out. I'm moving on. Don't mean to rag on you, just breaking it down. Now, spiritual knowledge is what will awaken you. I use that word, nihas. It means spiritually enlightened, aka, from the Christian standpoint, resurrected, born again. Hello. Whatever y'all term being knowledgeable of self, waking up to self, knowing that self, whatever y'all call it, that's what we call it. Now, y'all call it something else, that's fine, but you got to put the work in for it to happen. That's my point. You can call it whatever you want. Now, I know having spiritual truth to live by will get you to God. Trust me, that I do know. I don't believe that. I don't have faith in that. No, I know. Gnosis. I know that's how to get to him. I ain't saying that's the only way to get to him, but I know that's the way to get to him. I know that now. Knowing, I ain't telling you what I believe. I'm telling you what I know. With spiritual knowledge and practice daily, you will become what? Spiritually enlightened in no time. If you're sincere and put the work in that's needed, it will happen for you. That's how you do it. I ain't saying get up every day at the crack of dawn, put your prayer in, get your meditation time, make a few knowledge tapes, conscious tapes to help others, and all that before the sun come up. No, that's what I do. But you do it. Do what works for you. Okay? Understand that. But you don't have to get spiritual knowledge, or you just don't get spiritual knowledge from church. I read other books. I learned from a whole vast variety of studies. The Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, all these books that teach you the same thing, just from a different aspect. That's all they do. And remember, that's what I do. And they all have the same common thread. They're going to get you to God by hook or crook. Their job is to do that. My job is to get you there with knowledge and understanding. That's all. Same thing. I'm not going to hook you or crook you. I'm going to enlighten you. Let's go with truth. After that, it's on you to do what you need to do for yourself. In order to have that mystical experience, watch this, from any group of people, any religion, you have to what? Live those truths for yourself and manifest it so that now you become a witness. You know that word? Yeah. I'd rather be a witness than a believer. Well, I know. The witness knows. Can I get a witness? Yeah. Can I get some believers? I pass. Last one. I appreciate you tuning in. Let me wrap this thing up. I ain't trying to be insulting, just keeping it real and telling you the truth about you. If you follow what I'm talking about, I could care less. That's what I'm trying to get you. If that's you, change. Simple as that. Don't get mad at me. Don't care if you do. Moving on. Religion, watch this, has mystical experience. Okay? With right thinking philosophy, you have spiritual enlightenment. They're the same thing, saying something different, but they both mean the same thing. Remember the NIMS? I keep the NIMS around. Why? Because they're useful tools to teach with. Let's go. If you're Christian, your goal is to have your mystical experience after listening, reflecting, and meditating. That's how it's done from a religious concept of learning what they're teaching. When that happens, you have your mystical experience. Right thinking philosophy, you get spiritually awakened. It's the same thing. If you're a right thinker, gaining spiritual knowledge to have your own spiritual awakening. Again, you obtain the knowledge, you reflect on it, you meditate on it, and then you manifest it, and voila, that's how it works. The mystical experience is the same as having an epiphany, aka that life changing experience that only you and him have. You need that. That's how it's done from a knowledge standpoint. You can take your belief and take your faith and knock yourself out. I take knowledge. Let's go. The mystical experience, okay, that's all right. Now, right thinker's goal is to what? Become one with God, aka your higher self, and know thyself. I'm gonna keep beating you over the head with that. Why? Because that's the theme, that's the purpose. You need to know you. Last one. Religious people can be spiritual. That's how they have the mystical experience. You have to raise your conscious level to the spiritual level and have some knowledge and understanding at that level to become conscious. That's being awakened. When it's a spirit, it's God awakening. You become God conscious. Become a right thinker. I can help you do just that. Jesus can't save you. I'm gonna have to get that in.